Hello world. In the last class, we have discussed different functions, aims, and objectives of taxonomy. The major functions of taxonomy are identification, nomenclature, and classification. So, classification is one of the major function of both plant taxonomy and animal taxonomy. Man classified plants and animals and all living things from the prehistoric times. In the earlier classifications, he classified plants based on its utility mainly food plants, medicinal plants, poisonal plants, etc. That was a system followed by early man while classifying plants. Then the uh, method changed to based on the overall morphology. And the classification was based on overall morphology of plants, herbaceous plants, climbers, trees, etc. The modern taxonomy, in the modern taxonomy, the classification is mainly divided into three systems. The most primitive system is artificial system, then natural system and phylogenetic system. These are the broad classification of categories of systems of classifications, plant classifications. So in the artificial system, the plants were classified for the sake of convenience using some arbitrary or at least easily observable characters, often irrespective of their affinity. So there is no relationship is considered, and the classification is practiced based on few characters, usually one character, one or two characters, so some arbitrary characters. So uh, as the as plants were classified based on the presence of a single character or a few characters, totally unrelated plants were included in the same group. So we cannot maintain their affinity in such a system of classification. So artificial system is a system where the plants are classified for the sake of convenience using some arbitrary or at least easily observable characters, often irrespective of their affinity. And the best example available for artificial system of classification is sexual system of Linnaeus. Linnaeus is uh, considered as the father of taxonomy, both plant taxonomy and animal taxonomy. Linnaeus was a Swedish scientist, and he published the sexual system of classification of plants in his work known as Hortus Uplandicus. He first published in this work, Hortus Uplandicus. That was published in the year 1732. Later, the system was expanded in his publication, that is Genera Plantarum. He had many publications. The most important one is Species Plantarum, which is published, which was published in 1753. The importance is in his Species Plantarum, he first used the binomial system of nomenclature consistently. Another important work is Genera Plantarum. In this work, he uh, uh, fully explained the sexual system of plant classification. In his system, he classified plants based on few characters, and the main character used was stamen characters. Number of stamens, one, two, or absence or association of stamens with some other structures such as gynoecium, etc. So he classified plants into different groups, classes based on the presence or absence or number of stamens and its association with the other parts such as gynoecium, calyx, corolla, etc. So he classified all plants having a single stamen into a class known as monandrei. Plants having two stamens were included in diandrei. Plants with the three stamens included under triandrei. Like that. So he made 24 classes for the entire plant kingdom. The first class is monandria. Monandria with a single stamen. Diandria with the two stamens. Triandria, three stamens. Tetrandria, pentandria, hexandria, heptandria, octandria, enneandria, decandria. Decandria with the 10 stamens. Dodecandria, 11 to 19 stamens. Icosandria, less than or equal number less than or equal to 20, and they are associated with the calyx. Then polyandria, more than less than 20 or equal to 20 on receptacles. Then didynamia, where stamens are didynamous. Tetradidynamia, monadelphia, stamens monadelphous. Diadelphia, stamens diadelphous. Polyadelphia, syngenisia, stamens are syngenesious. Then gynandria, stamens attached to gynoecium. Monacia, plants are monaceous. Dioecia, plants are dioecious. Then polygamia, plants polygamous condition. Then all other plants, that is non-flowering plants. He included all non-flowering plants under cryptogamia. So these are the 24 classes proposed based on the number of stamens and its associations with the other structures. So he classified the entire plant kingdom into 24 classes based on few characters, mainly the characters of stamens. And this is his species plant era, in which he consistently used the binomial system of nomenclature. Then second system is natural system, and here the classification is based upon overall resemblances, mostly in gross morphology. Gross morphology. So total appearance or its similarity, external similarity of plants were used for classification of plants. So here more importance is given to nature relationship. So this include more affinity or phylogeny. So closely related ones are naturally grouped together in a single group. Larger the number of characters shared by different taxa, more closely are they related to each other. In artificial system, only a few characters were used, but in natural system, more number of characters are used. So as the number of characters shared between the members of the same taxa increase, then more closely are they related to each other. So this the taxa, different taxa based on this classification are more natural, unlike the artificial system of classification. And the best example for natural system is Bentham and Hooke's system, proposed by George Bentham and J.D. Hooker in their Genera Plantera. Then the third one is phylogenetic system, and the phylogenetic systems are the systems proposed after Darwin's theory of evolution. That is, after the publication of Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. And this is based on known or inferred phylogeny of taxa, and they are expressed in the form of phylogenetic trees showing evolution of the groups. So the classification is based on phylogenetic trees, based on the inferred or known phylogeny of. Here, ancestor descendant relationship is given more importance. Phylogeny of taxa given more importance. Examples are Hutchinson system and Cronquist system. And coming to the widely used Bentham and Hooker system of classification, they were British botanists, so their system were used in Britain and all Commonwealth countries, including India. And the system was proposed by George Bentham and Sir Joseph Dalton Hooker, and they published their classificatory system in their 3-volume work, Genera Plantarum. The volumes were published between the years 1862 and 1883. Is the Genera Plantarum 3-volume. And this Genera Plantarum publication include names, descriptions and classification of all seed plants known at that time. That is, they include a total of 97,205 species which are arranged in their own system, that is Bentham and Hooker system. So Genera Plantarum include names, descriptions and classification of all seed plants known at that time, including gymnosperms, all seed plants, arranged according to Bentham and Hooker's system of classification. So they divided all seed plants into 3 classes, 3 subclasses, 21 series, 21 cohorts and 202 orders. Cohorts are equivalent to present day orders, and these orders are equivalent to present day family. So this is the broad outline of classification proposed by Bentham and Hooker. They divided the entire seed plants into 3 classes, 3 subclasses, 21 series, 25 cohorts or orders and 202 orders or families. So this is the diagrammatic representation of the system proposed by Bentham and Hooker. The plant kingdom divided into Cryptogamia and Phanerogamia, that is seed plants, not flowering plants, seed plants. The seed plants divided into 3 classes. The first one Dicotyledonnae, second one Gymnospermae and third one Monocotyledonnae. Dicotyledonnae, Gymnospermae and Monocotyledonnae. Then the class Dicotyledonnae divided into 3 subclasses based on the nature of their perianth. They are Polypetalae, Gamopetalae and Monochlamydeae. Subclass Polypetalae, subclass Gamopetalae and subclass Monochlamydeae. In Polypetalae, the petals are free. In Gamopetalae, the petals are fused, and in Monochlamydeae, there is no distinct calyx and corolla. The perianth is undifferentiated, not differentiated into calyx and corolla. So these are the 3 subclasses of Dicotyledonnae. The subclass Polypetalae is divided into series Thalamiflorae with 6 orders and 34 families. That is 6 cohorts and 34 orders of Bentham and Hooker. Then Disciflorae with 4 orders and 24 families. Caliciflorae with 5 orders and 27 families. Then Gamma Petalae divided into series Inferior with 3 orders and 9 families. Series Heteromerae with 3 orders and 12 families. Series Bicarpellatae with 4 orders and 23 families. Then Monoclamidae divided into series Curvembrae with 6 families. Multi-ovulatae Aquaticae with 1 family. Multi-ovulated terrestres with 3 families, Microembrae with 4 families, Daphnails with 5 families, Achlamidaspore with 3 families, Unisexuals with 9 families, and Ordain's anomaly with 9 families. So that is the subdivision of Monoclamidae. The Monocotyledonnae, the class Monocotyledonnae is divided into, that is directly divided into series, and series directly divided into families or orders of Bentham and Hooker. So there is no subclass and orders or cohorts of Bentham and Hooker. So Monocotyledonnae divided into series: Microspermae with 3 families, Epigynae with 7 families, Coronaria with 8 families, Calicinae with 5 families, Nudiflorae with 5 families, Apocarpae with 3 families, and Glumaceae with 5 families. So this is the broad outline of the classification proposed by Bentham and Hooker. Phanerogamia, seed plants divided into 3 subclasses: Dicotyledonnae, Gymnospermae, and Monocotyledonnae. Dicot divided into 3 subclasses. Then subclasses divided into series, orders, and families. Monocotyledonnae divided into different series and families. And the class Gymnospermae is not discussed here. Classification, short form. In this system of classification, Gymnospermae is the class Gymnospermae is placed in between Dicotyledonnae and Monocotyledonnae. That is the speciality of this classification. That is a disadvantage also. Gymnospermae placed in between Dicotyledonnae and Monocotyledonnae. Dicotyledons are further subdivided on the basis of nature, union, and position of corolla lobes in relation to ovaries and its spread over polypetalae, where the petals are free, gamma petalae, where the petals are fused, and Monoclamidae, where there is no distinct calyx and corolla. Each of these subgroups are further divided into series on the basis of position of ovary, that is whether it is superior or inferior, nature of ovary, and the number and nature of stamens, subgroups. And the series are divided into cohorts or present day orders, and cohorts into orders or present day families. And the Monocotyledonnae directly divided into 7 series and orders or present day families. Then coming to the merits and demerits of Bentham and Hooker's system of classification. Here the description of families and genera is very accurate. So that is very useful for the study of these plants. And the work Genera Plantarum is very handy for identification purpose, for identification of species, different taxa of seed plants. And it has great practical convenience. And the system starts from Ranales, the order Ranales, which is now considered universally as the most primitive living angiosperms. Then larger genera are subdivided into subgenera and sections. Placement of gamma petalae after polypetalae is justified since union of petals is considered to be advanced. In this system, gamma petale is placed after polypetale. So polypetale is considered as uh, um, primitive than gamma petale. So that is justified in the light of evolution and phylogeny. The three series, Thalamiflorae, Disciflorae and Caliciflorae, show gradual evolutionary advance from marked hypogyny to epigyny. So there are also the evolutionary factors are considered. Then creation of monoclinidae at the end of dicots. Then disputed families are included under a different group, Ordain's anomaly. So these families do not make problems in other groups. Then placing of unisexual monocot families after bisexual families. For example, Araceae, this Ericaceae and Araceae are treated after Liliaceae. Ericaceae and Araceae are having unisexual flowers, but Liliaceae having bisexual flowers. In modern taxonomy or systematics, unisexual flowers are considered more advanced than bisexual flowers. So in this system also, unisexual monocot families are placed after bisexual families. Then the series Glumaceae with extremely reduced flowers and inflorescence. For example, Poaceae and Cyperaceae are placed at the end of flowering plants. They are considered as more advanced, having very minute flowers. Then coming to the demerits of this system, and this does not give any idea as to the evolutionary history of any genus, family or order. No, there is no phylogeny is considered, even though the system is published after Darwin. The group Monoclamidae is entirely artificial because the Monoclamidae include plants with flowers having indistinct calyx and corolla. So that is totally artificial. So unrelated plants are included in the group Monoclamidae. So that is entirely artificial, just like the sexual system of Linnaeus. Then the most important demerit is the placing of gymnospermae between the two class dicotyledonate and monocotyledonate. Vanderman-Hooker system, gymnosperms are placed between dicots and monocots. That is extremely anomalous. Does not the groups, families, orders, etc. does not show any phylogenetic relationship. Here the Compositae or Astraceae is a highly advanced family, but it is placed in Inferae at the beginning of Gamma-Petala. So Astraceae, as per APG itself, Astraceae is one of the most advanced family, but in Vanderman-Hooker system, they are included at the initial position, first position of in Inferae of Gamma-Petalae. Advanced families like Orchidaceae and Cytaminae are treated in the beginning of monocots. Similarly, then Amaryllidaceae is more allied to Liliaceae. These two families are very much similar, having many common characters, but they are clubbed with the Cytaminae in series Epigyne. Amaryllidaceae is included in Cytaminae in series Epigyne on account of presence of inferior gynoecium. Amaryllidaceae is having inferior ovary, but Liliaceae having superior ovary. So, based on this single character, they were widely separated into different groups.